guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Seyi. I know it's been a long time here. For my returning subscribers, thank you very much, and for the new subscribers, you're welcome. Today I'll be sharing an exciting new series, and it's me reacting to some of the wonderful articles I read every Monday, and this is Zikoko Naira Live. I love those articles and I would like to react to them and share my views with you. Mind you, I'm not a professional in this field, so it's just me giving my own personal advice and tip. You need to find out from your own financial advisor. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so today's story is a story of a factory worker who went from 220,000 naira to 35,000 naira per month. What? Okay, but we'll just find out about the story. What was it like growing up though? My parents were on the shorter end of the financial ladder. They were farmers, although my dad did some trading on the side. Money was not easy to come by. As I grew, I began to understand what it meant to have money and what you could miss out on when you didn't. I'm sure many of us know this story. When there's money in the house, your parents have money, you'll just be happy. You can say, "Daddy, dash me something," and they'll be like, "Take 200 naira, go and buy cook for yourself and your sisters." But when there's no money, they can almost slap you if you ask any foolish question. You say, "Hey, daddy, what do you buy for me?" Just say, "Get out of here." we all know these stories now, but I'm sure, so this is familiar. I realized early that my parents couldn't do everything for me, even if they wanted to. I had to hustle on my own and make money. I've been on that journey since that time. At some point, as children, we get to that point where we know that our parents are not all in all. When I was a child, I remember one time I was supposed to go for one excursion, and then the money was a lot. I just felt like, I told my mom, and she was like, "You're not going." I was like, "Don't worry, when my daddy comes back, he will pay. He will pay," because I didn't believe that they will not be able to sponsor anything for me now. So I can imagine this guy, he grew up and he realized that, see, all those stories of, "Don't worry, if I have the money, I'll do it for you." Loria. But how long did you work at the sawmill for? From 2008 to 2015. When I left secondary school. Imagine, I worked from GS1 to possibly SS3. That's a long time. That child must have been working. I feel like that's like child abuse, right? There should be a policy against that in Nigeria. Child abuse, making children work. After I graduated from secondary school, I got another job to manage a code room, and the salary was 15k. 15k is good money. I won't lie, it was big money for me. For context, one of my friends got a job as a teacher a little earlier than I did, and the salary was 5k. Even till now, people are getting teaching jobs like 5k. So 15k, so you understand that 15k is not small money. People still get jobs, 5k jobs right now, and so 15k, good. However, I knew that I didn't want to manage a code room forever. I wanted to go to the university. In 2015, I bought a JAM form and applied to study law at a university in the South. I scored 297 in the UTME exam. Guru, nice. And 71 in post-UTME. I think post-UTME is over 100. I'm not so sure, but I think it's over 100. So that's like a pretty good score. I thought that was going to be enough. The first admission list was released, and I didn't find my name on it. The second and third lists were followed. My name wasn't on those lists either. The last list was a supplementary list, and people said I needed to pay or have connections at the university to make that list. I didn't have the money or the connection, so I let it go. Imagine, like, Nigeria is so fucked up. Why on earth would somebody score 297 and still be searching for admission? Do you know what the cutoff is even right now for many schools in JAM? I just asked my friends and they were like 180, 170, over 400. So if you score 297, for crying out loud, even me, I not score that much. For law, like, what else do you need? And 71 in post-UTME, it should be like automatic merit list. And that's how they used to change people's lives forever, with those just stupid, I don't even know what to do, connection and rubbish. My second plan was to move to Lagos to find work. I was talking with a friend and he told me that his older brother was working in Lagos and earning 50k per month, which seemed like a lot of money. So I left home for Lagos. I can understand somebody earning 15k and you hear somewhere that you can earn 50k there. Oh, worry. We're going there. We must make this money. After a few months in Lagos, I checked the portal again and found out that I had been offered French education. Why? But why? 297 French education. Like how? Law, French, not just French. French education. What do you do with that? And you find out that the people that they gave those law to most, maybe they scored like 190 or 180 or possibly 200. It's just rubbish. I didn't accept it. I should have been in the merit list. I'm so sorry, guy. When did you move to Lagos? He moved to Lagos in February 2016. I knew nobody in Lagos and I arrived on a Friday with 7k in my pocket. For the first week, I was on the streets looking for a factory to work in. I slept in bus parks at night and freshened up in the public bathroom in the mornings. After 3 days of looking for work, I did something funny. My money had run down to 3k. I was beginning to get scared and thinking about going back home. So I spent the remaining money on food. Now I couldn't go home, even if I wanted to. You know, the way all these Nollywood movies, they are to blame for all these things, because the way they used to portray Lagos, it's like as soon as you land, money will start falling on your head. One of my sisters called me the following day, and when she found out that I had gone to Lagos without an accommodation arrangement, she was mad at me, but she contacted someone. The person introduced me to one of his friends and told him about what brought me to Lagos. Luckily, the person agreed that I could stay with him. I lived with him for 2 years and he helped me find my first job. You know, that's the interesting thing. In this Lagos, somebody can just say, please, can I stay with you for the weekend? That weekend will turn to 1 month, to turn to 2 months, turn to 2 years. As like, that story happens a lot. I'm sure many people can relate to it. Or if you just move to a house in Lagos, even if it's room and parlor, forget to somebody somewhere, that is the perfect accommodation for that person, you know. So Lagos is that type of place. It's like boarding house. So I can understand. You live with the guy for 2 years. Lit. Introduced me to someone in a sachet water factory where I was offered a job as a stacker. This was March 2016. Okay, I don't know what a stacker job is, but he says a stacker moves the bags of water from the production room to the loading point and also loads the bags into the trucks for distribution. So every new person who joins the factory starts as a stacker. The job paid 800 naira per day and I got paid once every 2 weeks. Why is that? I thought it's a wages kind of job. It's supposed to be daily pay. Okay, the working hours weren't fixed though. Once we get started working at 7 a.m., we could be there until 8 or 9 p.m. or later, depending on the sales that day. 3 weeks after I started working at the factory, I came to work earlier than usual one morning and saw some guy I hadn't met working on the machines and packing the sachet water into bags at the same time. It wasn't my job, but I felt the need to help him. I joined him and started packing the bags, water into the bags while he operated the machine. I struggled with it for a while, but I got the hang of it. When we finished, he asked me, "Do you want to be a packer?" This what factory work they have rules. So. Stacker, packer. What's the next one? So okay, I like where this is going. So it turned out that he was the section head and managed my production unit. A packer is a step above a stacker. Okay, and what the packer does is to fit the sachets of water into the bag. 20 sachets of water goes into one bag. They earn 2k per. Okay, they earn 2 naira for every bag they pack, and the slowest person packs at least 1,000 bags daily. So that's like 2k. That's more money than I was earning as a stacker. Remember, I was earning 800 naira. That's good. That's good. So he said yes to the job, and he told the guy that he would like to start the following day. However, I wasn't going to be paid for the first 3 days. Why? It was going to undergo some training. Okay, that's fine. So it turned out that I was good at it. Within 4 days, I was doing 2,000 bags of water per day. I made 17,400 in my first week as a packer. Oh, say, this guy, I like him, smart. For you to even have, 297 exam, the sense is there. I had just joined the factory and moved up a ladder just 3 weeks after. Most people spend a year or more working as a stacker. Can you imagine how that felt? I called my mom and told her to go and open a bank account so I could send money to her. Oh, she breadwinner. At this point, you have never got a house for yourself, or you are sending money home. Black tax. Okay, these are things that will never end. The work continued. I made more money during the dry season when there was more demand for water. I could make up to 25k in 2 weeks or 60k in a month. Huge. But during the rainy season, my earnings dropped to an average of 11 to 12,000 every 2 weeks and 24k in a month. This is so good. In August, the production manager called me and said there was an available machine I could operate. An operator earns more than double what the packer does. My monthly earning rose to 100k to 120k. 6 months later, something big happened. Like, I don't even know that I told you water factory people earn this much. Like 100k, 120k. That's correct money. Are you sure I'll not change direction like this? Tell me. The section head of my unit resigned and someone else replaced him, but one day he made a terrible mistake that could have put all of us in danger, so he was asked to resign. Guess who they asked to become the new section head? He became the section head in June 2020. Within 4 years, I went from being a stacker to a packer to an operator and then to the section head. I still had to operate machines in my new role, but was now operating 2 machines instead of 1. Also, all 10 machines in my unit were under my management. I climbed to the top of the ladder. It increased the average income to 220k per month. What? That's a lot of money. But nothing much changed in the way I spend money. I like that. I was never used to luxurious things and I didn't intend to start then. The only thing that changed was the amount of money I sent home. I started sending about 70 to 80k home every month after the promotion. Okay, that's good, responsible, but there are some other things that he could have done with the increments in amount since he didn't exactly change his lifestyle. So I guess he was just saving the money. A year later, I quit my job. See, I was spending a lot of money on medical expenses. It was as high as 20k in some weeks. My body kept breaking down because of how stressful the job was, and I started to realize that it wasn't worth it. I decided to leave in April. You see, our health is very important. Health is wealth. So when they say health is wealth, you know what they're talking about. How was your finances looking like at that time? I had bought a half plot of land for 450k in February. Smart guy. Investments. That's like assets. I think I remember this part while reading. He saw that on the island there's bad water and he had the experience of, water treatment from working in the factory for years, and then he decided to go into plumbing. He enrolled in a school in the southwest where he paid over 250k, stayed in the hostel, and he's currently a student right now. Even though he's not earning much, he comes to Lagos during the weekends and earns an average of 35k per month, and that's what he's living on right now. Even though he's earning 35k currently, he knows that he'll be ending his school in 6 months' time and he'll start working as a plumber, focused on the island area, the high-end area of Lagos, and from there, he can start off his life and build something in the future. So he was asked, where do you see all of this in 5 years? By that time, I expect to be making at least 5 million naira in a year. There's the opportunity to do so in Lagos, but if it doesn't work, I'll move to plan B. And his plan B is to move to Dubai. I have people in Dubai, and while it's not very easy to get in anymore, that's true, They released a circular recently that Nigerians will no longer get work visa on arrival because of the crime rates. It's still one of the most accessible places to migrate to, and they always need skilled workers. The last time I inquired about the cost, they said 800k will get me there if I ever need to move. That's something to consider. I like that. Yes, and if I get into a tight spot now, I know the people I can call to help me. That's very important too. Yeah. I like that. You might not have the money, but the people you have around you, your network, you can just say, hey, please, guy, I need 20K right now. For you to have somebody to send it to you, trusting you enough to know, okay, he'll return it and all that, I think it's really good. It's something that many people don't have. I like this guy. Okay, the only addition I'll just say is that I know that he has his grit, and for whatever kind of work based on his history that he puts his mind to, he does it well. I'll just say he needs to learn more about, not just saving his money, but investing his money. There are many opportunities in Nigeria whereby you can invest your money and your money can grow passive income for you. Like there's the agric investment. There is, although I wouldn't advise anybody to go for mutual funds right now because they're very low. But these are things that he needs to learn about so that he doesn't always have to work for his money. From history, from his historical experiences so far, he has been doing hard work and it has been affecting his health already. So he needs to look for opportunities whereby he doesn't really need to work so much. He should just put his money into it and it start working for him. That way, he's kind of build some income and he saves himself some time, stress. So these are aspects that I would like or want him to work on if he gets to see this video, or advise somebody in his shoes to work on. Since he has experience with agriculture in the past, he can invest in them and see things that can work out from there. And for a higher level, if he ever gets to that point that he wants to save his money, maybe against, it's two races. There's the inflation in Nigeria right now, and there's the race of making your money, the value of your money, worth buying things that you want them to buy in, say, months from now or years from now. So you can also look into dollar investment options, and I think he'll be fine. So that's me reacting to Zikoko Naira life story, and hope you enjoy this. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you on my next one.